Isaac Mass, the co-owner of the garden with my wife Angela. And this is a family business. My mom is working behind the concession stand. Our kids work here, they're doing different things today. We want to thank a lot of dignitaries. We're going to give everyone who wants to a chance to come up and talk about cinema and the importance of the cinema industry. But I just want to recognize some people. He's already left, but DJ Bobby C was here all morning playing music to it, getting people's attention. A special thank you to Spider-Man. Greenfield Mayor Roxanne Wiedegardner is here. And Sheila Gilmore, President of the Greenfield City Council. Jesse Dean from the Franklin County Chamber. Jesse. Ready for Lila and Spider-Man. Mick Mueller from the GBA, President of the GBA. Caitlin Von Schmidt, where's Caitlin? Caitlin, right there. She is the head of the Crossroads Cultural District Committee. John Pasiglia from the Historic Commission. Our two bankers, the banker for our building, John Howland from the Greenfield. And Tina Trobo from TD Bank.
Love my shirt.
I love your shirt too. Yeah, absolutely. Grady from the YMCA. Where's Grady?
Woo!
And Vanessa from Lava. Vanessa's our small business partner this month. We'll tell you a little bit about that. Christian from the Economic Development Office of the town. John Boshin, our resident movie theater historian. And she's not here, but we're going to talk a little bit about Rachel Katz from Studio 7, who was here late at night last night getting everything together for it's installed for Cinema Day. In fact, why don't we kick off with that? First of all, we would especially like to thank John Boshin, who is a historian extraordinaire and has a hawk eye, and up at a tag sale in Brattleboro secured and generously donated to the garden a first day program of the garden from 1929. Yeah, if you look up on the wall right above the Boston Globe story about when we took over, is that program.
Wow.
Beautiful mounting that was done by Rachel Katz and Studio 7. They meticulously preserved it, and we hope to have it here for another 94 years. So thank you, John. John's going to talk to you about an exciting project later. Let's do this one last. We want to let you know about some upcoming programming at the garden over the next couple of months. The town in partnering with the Greenfield Business Association has put together a wonderful program called Vintage Days, and I'm sure you're going to hear much more about Vintage Days, which runs from September 23rd to September 25th. And we, as our part of Vintage Days, on the 24th, on Saturday, we are going to be doing a special showing of His Girl Friday with Cary Grant from 1940. And we're rolling back, as you know, today's National Cinema Day, and all tickets are $3, popcorn's $3, soda's $3, all that. During Vintage Days, we're going to roll back our ticket price further, and we're going to 1940 ticket prices, and you can get into His Girl Friday for a quarter that day. And the month of September, we're running our Scorsese Film Festival. That is a project that a lot of people have been involved in. We've had fun curating that, but that is only we're showing movies, 14 different Scorsese movies during the month of September on every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Thursday, and that is all through, and one on Saturday on Vintage Days, we're showing Hugo. That is all through the generous auspices of both the TD Bank, which is underwriting it for us, and the Crossroads Cultural District, which helped us with the marketing costs of it. So we really want to thank those two for really helping us with our Scorsese Film Festival. Gotta flip the page because we have 3 pages of things to announce. October 20, going as far as we're going to go into the future, October 29th. Oh, Penny Ricketts, thank you, City Councilor Penny Ricketts. And our first gentleman is hiding in the back.
Gentlemen, loosely.
Loosely. October 29th, we're really proud to partner with the Come Again Players and show for the first time since the pandemic. The pandemic hurt us in so many ways, but one of the things we weren't able to do, even if we wanted to, is movie sing-alongs, right? They were frozen for everyone. You couldn't do Frozen because it was a sing-along, so you couldn't get the rights. But we were able to secure the rights, and on October 29th, which is the Saturday before Halloween, we will be doing 2 special showings with live entertainment, a live performance before and a pre-show of the Rocky Horror Picture Show back in the Garden. It is the first time Rocky Horror's been back in the theater since the pandemic, and it'll be the second show for the Come Again Players. So that'll be very exciting, and those tickets are already selling very, very quickly. What we really want to talk about more than anything is Cinema Week. Cinema Week is the Cinema Day is an auspice of NATO, which is the National Association of Theater Owners, and their offshoot, the National Cinema Foundation, which all came out of the pandemic. We all got together and said, how are we going to make this work to get people back into theaters? And NATO put together this Cinema Day and worked with the studios, who were so generous with allowing us to get our tickets as low as we were. In fact, these are the lowest tickets prices since 1983. So yeah, but we are part of, because we're a small independent theater, we're also part of the ICA, which is the Independent Cinema Alliance. And the Independent Cinema Alliance started for the first time last year during the summer with the kickoff of F9, what's called Cinema Week. So today is a day about celebrating cinema. October 7th to October 13th will be Cinema Week, where we'll be celebrating the entirety of cinema. And we have a lot of programming that we have put together for Cinema Week. Saturday, first of all, a couple of things that will be going on all week. We have, working with the Chamber of Commerce and our partners at various restaurants, put together a program, dinner and a movie program for that week, where we're trying to encourage as many restaurants as possible to participate and join in and make tickets available at their restaurants, because we really want to promote those restaurants and going out. What we learned during the pandemic, we commissioned a study through Ernst & Young, working with the National Association of Theater Owners, that shows that both retail sales and restaurant sales go up 50% the half hour before and the half hour after a movie plays. And so we want to help our neighbors. We have partnered, and we'll be accepting additional restaurant partners because we started this late, but we have 5 restaurants who have already agreed to participate and make tickets available at their restaurants. The Five-Eyed Fox in Turners Falls, Main Street Bar and Grill in Greenfield, Pioneer Valley Brewing Company in Turners Falls, Terrazas here in Greenfield, and Bonnie B's in Greenfield. So all of those restaurants will have tickets available through Cinema Week, and they will be doing special promotions for dinner and a movie. Also on Cinema Week, we're announcing unlimited popcorn. Any size popcorn you buy, you don't have to buy the extra large bucket. Whatever size popcorn you buy, you have unlimited popcorn. We encourage you to buy the extra large so you don't have to come out of the movie as often, but you get unlimited popcorn all week long for each day. Friday is going to be red carpet night. We're expecting the release of the new movie Amsterdam, which has Amsterdam has an all-star cast that you can read on the poster. It includes Margot Robbie, Robert De Niro, Rami Malek, Mike Myers, Chris Rock, Anna Taylor-Joy, John David Washington, Taylor Swift, and a bunch of other names that you know. We'll have a fashion photo shoot like we did last year, And we will, red carpet night should be a lot of fun. We're making Friday Fraternal Friday, so any person who is a member of a service organization, whether that be the Moose, the Elks, the Kiwanis, the Rotary, any that I'm forgetting, the American Legions, the Masons, any fraternal organization, if you come in with your membership card, you get in for child price that night, on Friday night. And Friday night is one of the best nights to come to the movies. We are also doing Facebook Friday that day, and we're asking everyone to come in and tag their friends and ask everyone to help us kick off Cinema Week by posting on Facebook. On Saturday, we are doing Community Give Back Day. Do you want to talk about what we're doing with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Sure. So the studios are very committed to distributing Lyle Lyle Crocodile, which is one of the first kid movies that's going to be coming out since DC Super Pets. And we will be giving 50 pairs of tickets to Big Brothers Big Sisters so that they can bring their bigs and their littles to come
And that night, so no one's left out. And you guys come walk right through thank you for coming to the movies. Walk right through our press conference. Don't worry about it. We will be on that night, on Saturday night, we'll be doing a free midnight show of Night of the Living Dead. We want to get everyone in the mood for Halloween.
You're not coming to a midnight show.
Soon you'll be old enough. We'll be doing Social Saturday that day, and anyone who comes and posts on Instagram and @ the garden will get $1 off of any size soda. It's fountain beverage. In fact, any size beverage at all, as long as it's non-alcoholic. Whether it's bottled drink, icy, you get $1 off if you do the social. Hi, how are you? Saturday night is also our Saturday is also our family fun day, and we'll be doing coloring and arts and crafts in the boardroom. We'll tell you a little bit about the boardroom at the end of our press conference here. Monday we're doing customer appreciation night. Do you want to talk to them about what we're doing with GSAT?
During the pandemic, we brought back a lot of movies that had played formerly, as many of the studios were not releasing new movies during the pandemic. And the one that played the best and had the best audience response was Goonies. So we will be bringing back Goonies that day, and anyone who comes will get a free Baby Ruth.
And that's all being sponsored by GSAT, your local community internet and telecommunications company. They were a great sponsor of Netflix Night last Cinema Week and a great partner for us. We're also doing a drawing on Monday. We call it Marquee Monday. And if you come to the theater, you can enter a drawing to get your own message for your business or for a birthday wish or anniversary wish. Posted up on our marquee. Someone's going to be able to put their own message on the marquee, and we're really excited to be able to put that out to people. Tuesday, as most of you know, is our normal $5 discount day. We have $5 tickets every Tuesday. Cinema with the ICA wanted to do a discount day. They set it on Tuesday, and we thought, well, we already do discounts on Tuesday. So we decided to double down, and not only can you get $5 tickets, we're also going to offer $5 buckets of popcorn. Our extra large popcorn, which comes with unlimited refills, will be available for that day. Of course, you get unlimited refills of popcorn all week anyway with any size. It's also going to be our Alumni Night, so if you are a former employee of the Garden under any ownership, we invite you to sign up on our alumni club on our website, which is gardencinemas.net, and we will offer free admission, free popcorn and soda for anyone who's a member of the alumni club, because that's what all of our employees already get. That's the best part of being an employee of the Garden, is these kids and adults who work here get free movies, they get free popcorn, they get free soda. It's a wonderful place to have a first or a second or a primary job. So it's fun to work at the movies. And finally for Tuesday, we'll be doing TikTok Tuesday. And so we're inviting people to come in and make a TikTok. We're challenging people to make a TikTok at the theater, right? So tell all of your kids out there who love TikTok. We're a little scared about what might happen, but we're going to have TikTok Tuesday here at the Garden. It should be a lot of fun. Wednesday.
You can also follow Cringy Movie Dad.
Cringy Movie Dad on TikTok, yeah. Wednesday we have a lot of fun stuff going on. We've partnered with Iconic Events to bring in a 5th anniversary special showing of the anime movie A Silent Voice, which is a very, very popular movie with the anime crowd, and it will be available for one night only, so that's a special showing. We'll be offering a senior matinee that day. Our first show is normally at 4:30 during school year. We will be doing a 2 o'clock show of Charade from 1963, also with Cary Grant, but also with Audrey Hepburn this time. And Charade, it was made in 1963. For those seniors, we're gonna roll our prices back to 1963 for ticket prices, and you get in for 85 cents. That's the average ticket price in 1963. That night, we're really excited to be doing our 2nd annual movie trivia night. Last year, we partnered with Big Brothers Big Sisters. They came in. I think everyone had a lot of fun. We posted the trivia questions on the big screen. Everyone had concessions. We had a lot of fun doing movie trivia, and all of the proceeds went to Big Brothers Big Sisters. This year, we are working with the Franklin County YMCA, and all of the proceeds will go to the YMCA, and we're challenging Big Brothers Big Sisters to bring their winning team back and other nonprofits to join us in that, to be able to, and we're going to rotate year to year on Cinema Week and support a different nonprofit with our annual movie trivia.
All right, the questions are already written. I've previewed them. A little bit easier than last year, perhaps.
Thank goodness.
There are no questions from 1920s movies. And then Cinema Week ends on Thursday, and we anticipate we'll have early access of the movies. Halloween Ends, the beautiful social justice movie Till, White Bird, which is a sequel and part of the Wonder story. We're expecting a lot of early access on Thursday. Going back to Friday night, and a really exciting thing that we wanted to announce today, and we're going to do one more thing after people talk to show you it. We're going to be doing a grand opening of the boardroom. Do you want to tell them what the boardroom is?
Part of our building includes next door, and we have a storefront that has not been used for many, many years, and we're going to open it up. We've purchased 10 new video arcades. We're going to put tables in there, and that is where our birthday parties will be able to sit after they watch their film and go in there and have their cake and presents. But also it's an opportunity. We often bring in local filmmakers, so if someone is here and they're doing a local show and they want to go and speak after, or people we're partnering with the library and they're reading the book and then coming to see the movie, they can have a chat about it in the boardroom. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah. And we're gonna give everyone a chance to talk, but after that we're gonna go up and see if we can actually open the boardroom for you guys. Okay. So I'm gonna do them in the order I announced them before. Is Spider-Man here?
Spider-Man is getting ready.
Spider-Man left the building? He must be with Elvis. Elvis is gone too. Okay. Mayor Rita Gardner, did you want to say anything?
Well, congratulations, Angela and Isaac. What a wonderful job you're doing here for all of Greenfield, for Franklin County, for everyone. Let's give them a hand. That's what do you do? Sit up till midnight and think things?
The movies don't get out till midnight.
That's right. So you do. There you have it. So the Garden Theater for the Weeda Gardner family, for all of Greenfield in Franklin County is one of Greenfield's most enduring assets, as we know from its long history. And I'm just so happy that you guys have taken it over, because it is truly a labor of love. I know it is. Our kids are grown adults. One of them has his own kids. They grew up here, basically, especially our son Ian, who actually has a degree in theater and went on to Emerson and did his master's degree in video production. Of course, he's in the high-tech business now, like everybody else, where you can get the money and job security. So, but we go back to, the cloud machine and pretty much that mural over there. I think probably was definitely here the very first time we ever walked in here in the mid-70s. Yeah. So I just am so delighted and so much fun. Cinema Week. Maybe I just won't work for 1%. Just come hang out here.
That's okay.
Okay. That's okay by me too. All right. Somebody else. Come on.
Thank you, Mayor Weir. And no one should feel obliged to come up and say anything. We just want to give you an opportunity to. Our city councilor, Sheila Gilmore, our president, or Penny Ricketts, either of you want to say anything?
I'll just say, if you haven't seen A Silent Voice and you're not into anime, you should see it. It's really good.
Great movie. Thank you.
I just want to thank the Maxson family for all that they've done. And I think one of the most important things is how they have partnered with all the other businesses in this community. So everything that goes on, it is a real community effort. I'm so proud of what they do. Thank you.
Jesse, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'm so thrilled to be here, and congratulations to you both. I mean, the last few years, I said it several times, you can't buy this kind of experience. And I know arts and entertainment is an industry that was hit particularly hard during the pandemic. And so just the fact that we're here and we're able to celebrate, National Cinema Day and talking about all the great events that you have coming up, it just makes it that much more special. So congratulations, and thank you so much for being members of the Chamber and for bringing so much fun to Franklin County.
I should say it was the Chamber of Commerce who came through when we were on our last dollars in December of 2020, when everything was crashing, and we didn't qualify for most of the state grants that were out there because of the timing of our purchase. The entity we created was created too late, and the Chamber of Commerce got discretionary grants to give out and gave $5,000 to the garden, and that literally helped us carry through to getting to where we needed to be. So thanks to the Chamber. Mick, my friend from the GBA.
I actually wrote something up. It's short though. And it's timed. It's under 2 minutes. Hi, my name is Mick Muller. I'm the president of the Greenfield Business Association. Placemaking is a bit of a buzzword these days, especially in small cities that are struggling to reinvigorate their downtowns. Placemaking is a collaborative process that brings businesses, local nonprofits, and municipalities together to creatively highlight and connect the city's assets, the word that you use, it's an appropriate word, for residents and tourists to enjoy again and again. This is part of the mission of the GBA, and we're proud to have the garden as a member of the association and our community. With Isaac as a strong voice on our board and owning an anchor business in town, the GBA is working with Greenfield's administration and local businesses to continually re-envision what downtown Greenfield could look like and how to make events in places that people want to visit and, of course, patronize. You can look us up at greenfieldbusiness.com. We're very lucky to have the Garden Cinema here in Greenfield. It was the first movie palace, as they called it back then, to be built in Franklin County, and of all the old theaters built back then, only the Garden Cinema still remains in operation as a full-time theater, which I think is pretty cool. And since 1929, it's been a hub of family entertainment and continues to positively impact the businesses around it, as he's been going on and on and on about restaurants and everything. It's awesome. The Garden Cinema, our movie theater, has gone through many iterations and many hands, including George and Bill for 2 decades, bringing in digital projectors and other upgrades. And then just in time for the pandemic, Isaac and Angela Mass. It's a testament not only to their courage and tenacity for keeping it together and surviving that storm, but also a testament to how important a local movie theater is to the community that it serves. We gave them the support that they needed to keep it together, and now here we are on the other side celebrating National Cinema Day here at the Garden Theater. We're very proud and very happy. So for us at the GBA, National Cinema Day is not just a day to celebrate movie theaters and get in for only $3, hey, while we're at it. For us, today is a day to celebrate Isaac and Angela's success, and we look forward to the exciting vision they have for this place that they're making.
And I know Rachel's recovering. I know she wanted to be here, and you know, Mick, we might have to have you speak more often and let Rachel be quiet because you did such a great job.
Don't tell her that.
Caitlin, did you want to say anything on behalf of the
I
cluster?
was kidding when I said I didn't want to talk.
Oh, no.
Everybody note the popcorn in your ring.
I just want to say that I'm the chair of the cultural district, which encompasses most of downtown. And I don't know what we would do in the district without the garden. It's such a treasure. We live around the corner, my family and I. We can walk here all the time. We brag to everyone we know how we can come to this beautiful movie theater whenever we want. And since you bought the garden, I personally have been consistently impressed with your inventiveness, your openness to try new things, and just the variety of fun that you have figured out ways to connect the dots. I'm blown away all the time. And it makes it so exciting to come here and know that this is here. Seeing all the improvements as they've been happening has been really heartwarming. And I want to really thank you for having Blue Icy and adding nutritional yeast for the popcorn. And I have one last question, which is, can adults rent the boardroom for birthday parties? Thank you. Great job. It's having a birthday in October.
John, do you want to say anything? We've talked a lot of history. You want to say anything?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, I want to echo everything everybody else said. They really said it pretty concisely, but you know, Isaac, Angela, you guys own one of the most historic properties in town. This is a landmark. It's an icon of the town. It's part of the fabric of our town. Most of us grew up in a town where there was a theater on Main Street. Most of those are gone. The fact that this is the last remaining one is I mean, it's historic, it's meaningful, but you know, our kids can still walk down here and go see movies. That's like we did, and that's still here. And that's like a goosebumps moment. That's a big deal. So you've done so much to reinvigorate it. You're not just like, you know, driving it down the road, and that's really awesome to see. So it's really great. So, thank you for your work.
What John doesn't tell you is we couldn't do it without his son Iggy, who is popcorn man extraordinaire, does lots of things around here.
Yeah.
While we're on the town, Christian, from the Economic Development Department, did you want to say anything?
Sure. MJ Adams, the Director of Economic Development, couldn't be here, but if she was, I'm sure she'd thank Isaac and Angie for all their work they've done to help revitalize our downtown. So thank you.
And Christian's great. He always sends us all the arts information. I get so much information from him on a regular basis that gives us ideas of how we can do things. Let's go to our bankers. John, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I agree with everything people have said. Penny, I thought you said it really well, the way that you guys are bringing businesses together. So Greenfield Savings Bank bleeds green for this community, and it's wonderful when people like you partner. It's just amazing what you guys have done. I'm so impressed and so thankful.
And our other banker partner is TD Bank. Tina, did you want to say anything?
Sure. And so Tina Trova from TD Bank and Kimberly Urell from TD Bank here in Greenfield. TD's bank's purpose is to enrich the lives of colleagues, customers, and community members. Our employees live and work in these neighborhoods, and we want to be more than the bank with lollipops and dog treats. We do this through something called the TD Ready Commitment, TD's corporate citizenship platform, which aligns TD's business philanthropy, and people to drive impact in the community we serve. Through the TD Ready commitment, TD will give approximately $755 million towards community giving across 4 drivers of change to help people live with greater financial confidence and support the changes necessary to create a more inclusive and sustainable future. Those pillars are financial security, connected communities, better health, and vibrant planets. The arts are an important part of connecting communities. Visual and performing arts can unite diverse individuals and provide a shared learning and entertainment experience. On behalf of TD Bank, we are delighted and proud to have had the opportunity to sponsor this amazing event for the community. Congratulations, Angela and I.
We invite everyone to come see a Scorsese film in the month of September, or 2, or 3. The Grady, did you want to say anything on behalf of the Y?
I'm going to be very direct. I'm a big fan of entrepreneurs, and I love entrepreneurs who are willing to invest when the economy and the culture and the atmosphere isn't really telling you to do that, and you've done it. Thank you for being a role model, and thank you for inspiring me to continue to aspire what we're trying to do at the Y, and thanks for being an anchor institution. 2 thumbs up. Thank you.
We appreciate our partnership with the Y. You know, they helped us with summer programming during the pandemic when there was nothing out there to offer. It really helped us figure out how to connect to people. Let's see, Vanessa, do you want to say anything before I want to tell them what we're doing?
You first.
Okay, so you've heard about how we partner with businesses. One of the things we've committed to every month, and this is something that I think other small independent cinemas are taking up, we get a local business every month that we give some passes to for them to give to their customers, and we usually get something in exchange for that, like a $20 gift certificate to give to our customers. And we run just a drawing every month up here. You put your email address in, that's all you need to do, and at the end of the month we pick a winner, and that goes to, they get whatever's being raffled off that month. It has been a tremendous success for us. We have tripled our email list, and that's during the pandemic times. Since starting that, and we also help kick off other businesses that may not have an email list at all start to build their email list for the first time. They're getting people who either are their customers or want to be their customers as their email list, and it's a win-win for everybody. This month our partner is Lava, and Lava is running a student film festival the month of September too, so you can see student films and you can see Scorsese films, and we're very excited. We think the more art in the downtown, the better it's going to be for everyone. We're really happy that Lava's doing so much. Vanessa, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, just echoing that sentiment. We are a new community art space right down the street, and we are having this Lava Film Festival coming up in a few weeks. I have flyers if anyone's interested. We really want to encourage people who are there for our festival to also come here. I think there's this bridging this gap between student and amateur filmmakers and then professionals. And also this being an independently owned cinema is one of the few places where actual independent filmmakers could ever hope to get their movies screened on a big screen. And for film, I mean, in these days, everything's streaming, right? And that's great. The accessibility of that is great. But to see a movie live with other people is really exciting, right? There's nothing like it. And if you're a filmmaker, to also be in that atmosphere of seeing movies and getting reactions from people, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, it's just huge. And it just, the community focused, just this being such a community focused movie theater and a community, an art focused community is just, it's great. And I'm loving this partnership. So thank you, Isaac and Angela.
I think that's all we have to talk about, but we have to give you guys the money shot. Oh no, John, thank you. This is probably the most important thing about Snow Week. John, come on up here. If you see this TV that's over the organ, that organ's from 19 29, and it's the original organ from the Garden. You can if you look in the picture, you can see the actual organ at the bottom of the stage. That's the same organ that the TV's allowed. That framing and the rotating videos that we put in there for people to look at while they're waiting is all produced by movie historian John. John, do you want me to tell them about our exciting project, or do you?
I'll do it.
Okay, John.
Some people aren't.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as Isaac said, I'm a theater and film historian. I'm also a local historian as well. In case you're curious what I do for my day job is I'm the general manager of Frontier Community Access Television. I'm also a filmmaker. What got me interested in local history and film history and took me down that rabbit hole was actually coming here when I was a kid. When I came here with my parents, and they're right there, my father's right there, my mother's right there, we would come in. It seemed like a multiplex similar to the one by what's now the Big Y, and also down the Hadley Mall. We go up and sit in the chairs waiting for the movies. My parents would be like, "Oh, you missed out, John. There used to be like stars twinkling and buildings on the walls," and be like, "What on earth are you guys talking about? It's in the old multiplex." Wasn't until I was about 12 years old, we went over to the Greenfield Library, and tell you, my mother used to bring me to the children's room there. I was bored out of my mind. But we went there, went to the adult section, and there was a book on the librarian's desk, The Conservative Rebel, A History of the Town of Greenfield. Said, "Oh, that looks neat." Opened it up, and the page I opened it up on, there was this beautiful panorama photo of this theater with all these buildings on the side. It said Garden Theater. I'm like, wow, that's what they're talking about. And that just, all of a sudden I was begging my mother to go to the Greenfield History Room every Saturday morning and learn more about the Garden Theater. And over the course of many years, I spoke with many people. One of my favorite activities was after church, going to the coffee hour and mingling with the senior citizens about growing up in Greenfield, going to the movies at the Garden and also the Victorian Lawler. Some fun information I've learned about this place through my course of studies is this building was built in 1929. It was originally an atmospheric style theater, and actually an unusual one. Atmospheric theaters were very common around the United States around the 20s and 30s. But they used a more exotic style, like they were done to look like a Spanish city, Rome, like Greek mythology, as you see with the Latches theaters. More sort of fantasy type styles that people were seeing about in the movies. What was unusual about this one is it used a colonial New England theme to honor its native colonial roots. The lobbies and mezzanine were designed to look like the interior of a colonial house. You go through the doors to the auditorium, and of course the back was designed to look like a house, but you went to the auditorium, and it was a colonial New England village. It had twinkling stars and machines projecting clouds onto the ceiling. When this place originally opened in 1929, the Greenfield Recorder stated that crowds jammed the street, and it was an immediate hit because of its architecture. While the movies were pretty good and all, it was really the architecture of this place that sealed the show. The theater was so popular that the owners, I forgot to mention, it was built for the Goldstein Brothers theater chains, who constructed a lot of the theaters around New England. And the work was designed by the Mull and Rand architectural firm. This place was so popular that a year later, the Goldstein Brothers contracted Mull and Rand to design another colonial atmospheric theater in Athol called the Capitol Theater, which utilized the same exact theme. What was different about that one is the lobbies and foyer were designed to look like the inside of a covered bridge, but they had a similar type of thing with the auditorium being a village in the Quabbin with all the buildings and all. The Garden Theater and the Capitol Theater were the only two that I'm aware of, were the only two theaters built in the entire country to utilize the colonial atmospheric theme. So, unfortunately, the Capitol no longer exists, but this one does. And throughout the years, the place has been, I've heard many great stories about people coming here to see movies, about working here and all, and The theater was certainly the more popular of the three theaters in town, which consisted of the Lawler Theater and the Victoria Theater. Both of those were built in 1913 and were more sort of the old-fashioned vaudeville-style theaters. But they were the most this was the most popular. A lot of the people, and one thing that always gets brought up doing this research is the multiplexing of it and why it was done. So what happened, the 70s and 80s was a rough time period for a lot of the downtown grand theaters like the Garden Theater. A lot of the big showmen like the Warner Brothers and all those guys who ran the big studios, they had retired. You had these younger people coming in who were interested in making films more for multiplexes. And the economics as well as the movie industry was not there to support a business like this, a single screen theater. Multiplex went in by the shopping plaza, and that prompted Mr. Goldstein, he is now running the family business, to convert this into a multiplex. I know it gets a lot of criticism for what he did, but when you look at the economics of the time period, what was going on with the movie industry, and the fact that a lot of these old theaters were being bought by younger people and they were being stripped or completely demolished for their good, what he did was really the best option for this and kept it in business, which is why we're able to preserve it today. Because of him buying it, doing that, eventually this place actually put out of business the shopping center cinema down there, which is actually pretty unusual to see that. So that was a pretty exciting thing that happened. But a lot of the people who run this, like George Gold and Bill Goebel, who ran this place for a while after Mr. Goldstein, they put a lot of love and care into bringing it up to date and keeping it on par with the other multiplexes in the area. And then Isaac bought it, and he's put a lot of love and care into buying that. I think Isaac's purchase of the building is one of the greatest things that happened. I've seen him do a lot of great events for the community, and you remind me of some of the old style showmen who are really community focused and want the garden to be like a special place. So thank you for doing that. And speaking of memories, and I've done a lot of, as Isaac stated, there's the monitor video. There's been a lot of, I can't tell you how many projects I've done on this place. It's fascinating my mind, but there's another one we're going to be doing. Let me wait until he comes back so we can announce it. As I stated, I am a filmmaker, and one thing that Isaac and I are going to be doing is we're going to be making a documentary on the Garden Theater and how it's contributed to the community. So it's a project we're very excited about. And
we're going to kick off filming during Cinema Week, October 7th to 13th, and we're asking that members of the community who have memories about the garden and want to share those with future generations to reach out to us and schedule an appointment. We're going to put on the garden website a way for you to sign up for that. We want to hear about people, this being their first job, coming for their first kiss, hanging out with their friends at the garden, spending all day while their parents were doing other things, really being inspired by the movies to to do what they do today. So we're really looking forward to engage the entire community in making that film. And what are we going to call it?
The Garden Where Dreams Grow.
Amazing.